Bam. It says we're live. What does live mean? Does that mean we're live?
Yes.
You can see us? Hey. Hey, buddy.
So welcome to the Patreon show. This is season 3, episode 6.
I just got the notification that says that we're live. Hey, look at that. Sweet. Yeah, we are live. We are on location in Philadelphia. We are up here for the Delaware, well, formerly was the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge, and is now the Birdie Open, presented by Gatekeeper Media. Are you not hearing audio?
No, I'm making sure we sound good.
Oh, okay. Do we sound good? Let us know in the comments.
There's too many viewers to let us know at once.
That's true. Yeah, we are out here for that event. We are covering the women's lead card. We're actually partnering with Gatekeeper Media on this project, so you'll be able to see it on both channels. Something we've done before with the PDGA. I think this is our first time. Oh, no, we've done it with Gatekeeper as well for the Down East Players Cup last year.
Yeah.
Always cool when we get a chance to partner up with those guys. We will eventually have Derek on. He's actually on the road back from the course. It's a good hour without traffic to get back here. So
wait, how do we know the time without traffic since we haven't been able to travel in it without traffic?
We traveled in it this morning.
That didn't count.
That was without traffic. So it's 54 minutes without traffic to be exact. Because when you leave very early at 6:30 in the morning for your 8:30 tee time, there's no traffic on the roads. Well, at least on the weekends. I would imagine
During
on a weekday,
the week, yeah.
There's probably still traffic.
I don't like traffic up here. I don't like it.
It's a different kind of traffic. So you're not used to Northeast traffic.
No, I'm used to just Atlanta gridlock, you know.
Yeah. That's
what I'm used to. I'm used to having 6 lanes of no movement. This down here is just, up here, I should say. It's just.
It's a whole different set of wax.
Although I do have to say the worst traffic that I've ever been in was in New York City at 2 a.m. It didn't help that we were in the big conversion van, right? So we had had all the skirts on it and high top and all that other stuff. And I was driving that. But yeah, that was the worst traffic. Just, I wanted to get out. I wanted to get out of the vehicle. I didn't want to go anymore. I was done.
But you didn't?
Well, no, because everybody else was in the car. The family was in the car, so I couldn't just abandon them.
Would have been interesting to see what they would have done if you would have just up and left.
Who knows?
But yeah, this is the third consecutive week of events that we're filming.
Yeah.
So we started our trek at Tennessee. We were up there in Morristown, Tennessee for the Tennessee State Disc Golf Championships. And if you just checked our Instagram as we were going live, we posted the schedule of the upcoming events that you'll see on our channel starting tomorrow. So we did quite a bit of content while we were up there. We were able to get a hold of Paige and Grady Shue. We did a mic'd up practice round with them at the Rotary Disc Golf course, which is the final course that you'll see used for the Tennessee Disc Golf State Championships, or Tennessee State Disc Golf Championships. Yeah. So Paige had never played it before. She was playing it blind. Grady hadn't played it
in a couple of years.
I think, since he kept saying like, oh, it's been a year or two. And then when he recollected, I think he realized it was like 2017 was the last time that he had actually been out there playing it.
And I'm not even sure if they were playing to the same baskets, but this layout was the OG layout. So there's a slightly more difficult layout, which I'm surprised they didn't use, going to a different set of baskets.
Yeah.
So.
But that was a fun one. Just getting to see them tackle it and just seeing their dynamic as they go out and play a practice round together. So that'll be coming out Monday, and then starting Tuesday, So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday will be all 3 rounds of the Tennessee State Disc Golf Championships. We've got MPO feature card round 1 and then MPO lead card the following 2 rounds. It is 2 rounds at Panther Creek. If you were from the Morristown area or ever been there and have played Panther Creek. We got Morristown and Panther Creek combined. Morris Creek.
There's a place out there called Morris Creek. I highly doubt that they have a disc golf course.
Yeah. But anyway, Panther Creek. We had never been out there before, so we had no idea what to expect besides what we saw in reviews on UDisc. And we can safely say it is one of the more grueling courses that we've ever had to film on.
Yeah, that and also the reviews that warn you of ticks, they are not exaggerating in the least. That you can consider this a review warning you of ticks.
Yes, a lot. We were able to do a tree strike challenge, and that'll be out Friday. So it's going to be Tree Strike Challenge 5. And we brought back Chris Dickerson and Zach Melton, and we brought a mystery guest whom plucked off 5 ticks from themselves during the round. At least 5 ticks. So it is legit.
At least 5 documented ticks.
At least 5. Zach, I think, pulled one off at one point. Chris, by hole 16, realized he had one on him too. I was terrified because somehow I didn't get any on me that I saw.
I had one that I got found later. It wasn't even at the course.
Oh, we did get back to the hotel.
There was one on the bin, on the storage bin for the containers.
Yes.
For the cameras.
And you had one on your phone, didn't you?
Yes. I pulled my phone out to do something and he's on my screen. Yeah. Not like he's on the screen. I had to flick him off.
So the ticks are no joke out there. But nevertheless, we had an awesome time out there. Comparing that to we did film Matty O first round. He was on the feature card. And he was asking if it was the hardest course we ever filmed at. I said it wasn't. I still think Inverness
is just up there. I don't even know. Because Inverness, if you think about Inverness, if you think about every single hole, we went through this in the car. You think about every single hole, there's only one hole that's flat. It's it.
The parking lot hole?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the only flat hole. Everything else is either up or down, or up and down, or up and down and up and down.
Yeah. The walk from hole 2 to hole 3, from finishing out hole 2 and then walking up to hole 3's tee pad, I always think that that's how it's going to end. Like my life. I'm like, this is it. I'm not going to make it up this hill. They're going to have to bring an ambulance up here or a helicopter or something to come get me.
Hole 2 is the one that so hole 1, you see it. You okay, it's 1. Yeah, you know what to expect. You see it. You make the climb, but then it's flat after that. After you make, but hole 2, you go up to hole 2's tee box, and you go down, and you go back up to the fairway, then you go down, and you go all the way back up to the basket. And then once you finish there, then you got to go up and over the 3. So yeah, 2.
And it's a long walk between 2 and 3.
Oh man,
that's what gets you. But yeah, I told Matteo that was, to me, the toughest course that we film on. Normally, I see a visitor on the steps.
I think that's Adonis.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's one of the cats. So we're actually staying with Derek of Gatekeeper Media. He's got 3 cats: Adonis, Yoda, and Jalapeno. So they might drop in every now and then, and you'll see them. Although they kind of lay around quite a bit.
The cats.
But yeah, Matteo was, when I mentioned Inverness, Matteo said he will not play Inverness for fun or for a casual round. He's like, I'll only play it if there's money involved in a tournament. He's like, there's no way.
Yeah.
He said he started playing around there with a friend of his. And after hole 1, as they were starting hole 2, he's like, I'll give you $40 to leave right now. So that's how it can get you. But That was Tennessee State. I know we've kind of rambled on about Inverness, but yeah.
Oh yeah. So going back to Panther, the Panther it has the single most grueling climb up one hole. I can't think of another hole that is just that much from tee box to basket, that much at one time.
Are you forgetting the course we did the following week?
But that was still longer though. Like, let's say hole 2 there, that was longer to make the entire climb. Oh, well, I guess hole 6 there does kind of.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about hole 6. Hole 6 is just, you need a rope.
Yeah, you do. I think they need to install one or either put like just shelves, not even stairs. They need shelves. You need shelves to get all the way.
Something.
But yeah, that one. But I still, being the cameraman and going up hole 5 at Panther, I take a break before I can get to the top because it's too much. And I have to come all the way from
down hole 4.
Well, I have to come from 4's basket, so that's a hill to get to the tee pad, and then more hill.
That's true.
To go all the way up.
Yeah, you don't get to break it up like we do.
No.
If anybody's played Panther Creek, let us know in the comments, or let us know your thoughts on hole 5 and hole 11. Those are the 2 big climbs.
Yeah.
On that course.
11 is more gradual though. It's grueling, but it's more gradual. So
it is, and it's more on the back end.
Yeah,
so
and it's a little scenic. I like the visuals there. 6, 5, there are no visuals. It's just what you look at is a wall of hill is what you see. Yeah. There's nothing else to see.
But we did enjoy the course. It played really well. It definitely helped to separate scores, although you'll see that there was quite a bit of similarity amongst the top players after the first couple rounds, or at least after the first round. But we'll try not to give too much away there. But yeah, it was our first time being out there covering that event. We definitely enjoyed it. Got a chance to do a tree strike challenge, like we said, on that course, which again, if you've ever been to Panther Creek, you'll know that there are a lot of trees, especially on the front half. So there were some big numbers taken by and
introducing our special guest.
Hey, there's the guy right there. But yeah, that course definitely, if you can miss trees, you're doing a lot of things right on that course. But from there, we were able to go up to Virginia. Hey, anybody know that guy?
How did he get in here?
From there, we went up to Virginia to cover the Buffalo Mountain Disc Golf Tournament, which was the inaugural event at that course. And scenically, aesthetically, it is one of the most beautiful courses that we've ever been to. The property itself is stunning. You're on a lake. You've got a trolley that they're setting up for
Airbnb or a cabin.
A cabin. They do have individual cabins as well as a bigger cabin which sleeps like 10 or 12 people. There are baskets everywhere. There's water everywhere. There are some hills. Hole 2 is another one that was very grueling. If you're ever playing that course, hole 2, hole 6, hole 7, all play at extreme elevation upward, and will tire you out. And if you're going blue to blue,
oh gosh, yeah,
goodness, stay on the fairway. It's still a new course, so it hasn't quite beat in yet. So the rough is very rough. The edges are still very sharp. But you can see what they were going for with the course and how it's going to play out over time. And as it is now, a lot of the pros that were there really enjoyed it, and they're excited to see what it's going to become over time.
Yeah, the course designer, he has plans and aspirations for what it's going to be like in 2 years. He thinks 2 years will be the beat-in time to where it'll be where he expects it to be. And to be a course designer and try to be able to plan that out and know that some things are going to get softer over time and plan for it, it's not easy. And it's not something that, every course designer can do. Like, I know for us, if we were to try to go out and design the course, there's a lot of things that we think would be fun holes, right? but we don't think about how they will wear over time.
Yeah.
So the fact that he puts that thought in is speaks a lot.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how hole 4 is going to beat in over time. The
that
hard
rotor,
edges on that.
Yeah, that and the actual forest too.
Mm-hmm. Hole 6, hole 5, hole 8. There's hole 9 is already a beautiful hole as it is.
I don't think hole 8 is going to get that because he did a lot of work to make that fairway where it is. The only thing I can see happening is there being one more opening.
There'll be a
early
sneaky gap somewhere.
Yeah,
that'll let you cut the corner.
Yeah.
So we're working on getting that coverage out as well. That'll be, was it 2 rounds?
Yes.
So 2 full rounds of that, and we'll do like a course vlog, just kind of reviewing the course, and we get a chance to speak with the course designer as well as with Nancy and Mike Floyd, who are the property owners.
Yes.
They're 2 of the nicest people we've ever met. And Nancy runs a chocolate store or a candy store down there.
It's a candy empire. It's not a store. You try to undersell it like it's a store. It's not a store. She calls it the factory, the candy factory.
Yeah.
And that's truly what it is, I guess. Just from the size of it and the amount of product that they move.
It's amazing. If you're ever in Willis, Virginia or anywhere near it, you have to check out Nancy's.
Meadows of Dan, yeah.
Check out Nancy's Candy Co., I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Some of, by far, the best chocolate and the best fudge that I've ever had in my life.
That truffle.
Yeah, their truffles are insane. Man. Insane. I actually got a box to take home for my wife and my daughter, and I'm trying very hard not to eat all of it.
You done said it, so they know.
Yeah, that's why I said it, so I can keep myself accountable. But hey, what's up, Basinger? How are you, Josh? Happy birthday, brother. I know you had a birthday while we were up there filming. But if you haven't checked out Basinger Disc Golf's channel, check him out too. He does a lot of great stuff around the Tennessee area. But yeah, from Virginia, we then hiked on up a little bit further east to Delaware. And like I said, we're now in Philadelphia at the home of one Derek Skull, whom you know as the founder or co-founder. Is it founder or co-founder?
Co-founder.
Co-founder of Gatekeeper Media, which has blown up over the last couple of years. You've seen them doing chase card coverage of the MPO division for all of the big events for a couple of years now. And they've signed a 2-year contract to not only do it this year, but the following year as well with the Pro Tour. So,
hey, man, that wasn't public information.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
It definitely was. But it's out there now. And if you're ready, Derek, we will screen you in. Where's he going?
Where's he going?
Oh, we were going to give you that screen to use so you wouldn't have to be all weird about it. There he is right there. He's flying in all the way from the course. And there he is right there. That's why we set up the other.
That's why I set that up so that, you know.
Oh, well. Hello, everybody. So,
remoting in from across the island here.
Yeah.
Yeah, pardon my disheveled appearance here. We just got back from Iron Hill. And well, I don't want to talk about the outcome of today because I want you to watch the coverage.
Yeah,
obviously.
Things went late.
And is there a playoff involved?
He said he doesn't want to talk about it. So why you ask details?
I mean, he did get here really
Catch
late.
the hint, bro.
Yeah, you guys had to start without me. So, but thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, thanks for being on.
Yeah. We were just talking about Iron Hill. We haven't been out here since last year when it was still the Delaware Disc Golf Challenge, and now it's the Birdie Open presented by Gatekeeper Media. So how did that all come about?
That was something that the Delaware Challenge was one of the earliest elite events that we had done, and that was Iron Hill was basically a course that we learned how to film elite coverage on. So it has a very special place in our heart. The local club is very tight-knit with the Philadelphia crew, with the Jersey crew, everything like that. So it's part of the family, and we wanted to treat it as such, so we wanted to get involved. So, we were one of the presenting sponsors. It was the official title is Gatekeeper Media Presents the Birdie Open, powered by Disc Media. So Discmania was generous enough to be involved as well.
Wow.
And it was great. We had Ace Run come out and do the FPO coverage for us. We had our crew on the lead and chase card for men. So we're going to be able to have chase card check-ins to the coverage. We're going to be able to have FPO check-ins for the coverage. And that's why there's a little bit of a delayed release on the events that we're doing privately, because we want to have those edits be a little bit more robust and give people something new to watch.
You guys are always looking for ways to kind of be innovative and change.
I like being
what's out
different.
there. Yeah.
Guys.
And it shows.
It's very important.
And that's not just with disc golf. But go ahead.
Well, you're saying it, not me. I'm just living life, baby.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was it at Delaware Disc Golf that you guys filmed Matt Bell winning off the chase card a couple
That
years
is
ago?
correct. Yes. Major chase card win. He was neck and neck with Ricky that year.
Mm-hmm.
And no playoff. It was a straight up win from chase card. So it was something pretty special. I think the only other coverage in recent years that produced a winner from chase card was I think Idlewild a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Terry Miller filmed chase card and got Eagles win. So I think that was 2020, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
We weren't at that event.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have had it.
And it was not too long after that you guys kind of partnered like officially with the Pro Tour for the rest of that season? Or was it the year after? Because I remember seeing that was like a big catalyst that they mentioned when they said Gatekeeper was going to be on Chase.
Yeah, it was kind of like an addendum, so to speak. We didn't fill out. I don't think we went to every event in 2020 for the Pro Tour. We started and did LVC and Memorial, and if I'm not mistaken, LVC was not on a tour that year, actually.
Okay.
That was the year. So the first year we did Las Vegas Challenge, it was with the national tour.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was no longer on the national tour, and Innova hired us themselves. So we did it privately with them. The second time we did it, and then the third time we did it, it was a Pro Tour stop. So we filmed LVC in 3 different iterations.
Yeah.
And now it's obviously been a DGPT event for a couple years now, but then we went over to Memorial, which was a DGPT event, and then COVID happened. So everything got shut down. And then we picked up like independent gigs and then finished out the year all but maybe like a few of the Pro Tour events. I don't quite remember exactly, but I know that like we didn't go to Idlewild that year, and I think we missed another one. But I mean, we were at the majority of them.
Yeah. So tell us about the origin. Like, you guys have been doing this for a while now, but when and how did kind of this all come about and start?
Sure, yeah. It all started, honestly, like the Gatekeeper Media as a whole started in a brewery in South Philadelphia. We were just, having some food and some beers and decided that we were going to take the leap and start a company and really try to make the video production thing work.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started as a drone company. Fast forward to someone trying to get us to do the drone layout for their new course. So we did, and then disc golf just kind of stuck from there. So that was 2017.
Okay.
2018, we filmed 3 state championships. It was New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Colorado.
Oh.
Colorado being the first time we had ever flown to a location to film disc golf. So that was our first away game, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did the NT that year. So, and we thought that was a pretty big accomplishment, getting 3 state championships and a national tour event.
Yeah.
Wasn't so shabby. And then 2019, we kind of expanded upon that and did, quite a few of the Pro Tour events even. So we did MVP and GMC. And then in 2019, Chris and I were also live camera operators for Pro Tour. That we did GMC and MVP right when Steve Dodge sold the company.
Oh, wow.
And we found out that he sold it while we were driving to MVP. So
Okay.
I called him. I was like, "Are we still
No, we're still good.
Or, and it was business as usual, but yeah, that was kind of funny to hear the I think he was on like a podcast or it was something that was announced while we were driving
on Smashbox. I think is where he announced it.
So
he was like basically firing the Smashbox team at that point.
Yeah, and then we progressed to doing, because that's at the end of the year, and now obviously those are playoff events, so they've kind of solidified themselves into being like a staple to how to close out the year. It's MVP or GMC, then the other, and then a week off, and then the championship.
Yeah.
So like, to my knowledge, I think that because GMC is before MVP this year, to my knowledge, I think it's the other way around again next year. But I prefer GMC first, if I'm going to be honest.
Okay, Holly.
So you guys have been to all the big like courses throughout the country. Is there one that you look forward to covering more than any other throughout the year?
MVP, hands down, is my favorite event. Like anytime I get asked that question, I don't ever think about it literally at all. It's MVP always. Idlewild is an amazing event. And honestly, like OTB is really becoming one of our favorite events because it's run very well. And Portland is run pretty well too. That's becoming a really good event in terms of like the spectator experience.
Yes.
So that's probably going to be kind of like a marquee event, as if I had to guess. Which it should be. The facility is really good. The crew is really good. So shout out to all the locals that make that happen.
Okay.
Hey, you got a shout out here coming for you.
Okay. I was actually just pulling up the chat.
Hey, there it is.
So that I could follow along myself.
So, based on you said he's a fan of everyone involved in this podcast. You guys are all legends. We thank you very much. And also, he adds, oh no, that's Joshua. That's someone else saying cheers from Canada.
Well, Basinger Disc Golf, Josh, you're the homie.
Yes, sir. Chris Hatton. Cheers from Canada.
Oh, hello. How are you? What part of Canada are you from?
And are you related to Ricky Hatton, the boxer? Which is probably not because he's from England, but
you never know.
Wait, there's two Canadians.
Two Canadians.
Yeah.
Joshua Ellingham.
Don't you know? Wait, no, that's not Canadian.
Not at all. Don't alienate our Canadian guests.
What's coverage like for you guys in Canada? What's your local coverage look like?
Yeah, we'd love to hear that. It amazes us when we see on.
Do you have a need for having gatekeepers?
Gatekeeper will travel. Have cameras, will travel.
It's always amazing when we look at our YouTube statistics and it says, hey, this percentage of viewers is coming from Finland
or Australia or Netherlands.
Or Sweden. Like, people watch us in other countries? People don't watch us here. That's crazy. But
I have a couple other fun things that I'm working on nothing's solidified yet, so I can't really make any announcements here. But they are very exciting, and it does have to do with expanding the type of coverage we're providing. So that's why I'm asking about Canada.
Oh, okay.
Let me know.
You're trying to get the international team together.
We would love to be able to showcase the sport that we all love equally across the world.
There you go. So if you're in Canada, Chris, Joshua, go ahead and hit us up on the chat. Let us know who does coverage out there, and what does it look like? Like, there's got to be standout.
I feel like primarily the team that I know of out there is a team called True North.
I have heard of True North.
Or North Par, something along
North Par is apparel.
Is that
it's clothing?
Yeah.
My apologies. Then it's True North.
I think it's True North. And we've seen, I know when they did the Prince Edward Island stuff, it was Central Coast.
Which they've been doing that for quite some time. So I feel like they're like a staple in that event. Yeah.
But that's definitely one course I want to get out to. Every time I see that on coverage, it looks amazing out there. So it will actually be I'll be in Canada for the first time next month. We're actually taking a cruise out of Canada to Alaska.
Cool.
So I'm already looking up to see where there's courses near where we're staying.
You gotta at least bring 3 discs.
Exactly. Let's get away from the family. Like, hey, you guys go do some shopping. I'm gonna go hit up this course and get some disc golf in. That'll be exciting. So we want to touch on a little bit more of the fun stuff. I know yourself and Chris are like the two mainstays. You've got Isaac on the team now. You're expanding the team. Every time we see you, it seems like there's more and more Gatekeeper crew out there.
Yeah, I mean, and it's much needed. We're still short-staffed. And I feel like we're all kind of working ourselves ragged. So it's a learning curve. We, as the team grows, expenses grow. And as the tour grows, expenses grow. And so we're just trying to get a sense of like what those trends are so that we can manage our growth properly. So we're, expanding slowly but surely, and hopefully within the next year or two, now that we have that multi-year deal, that kind of gave us the kind of leeway to be able to kind of, we plan forward.
Yeah, be able to project and,
It gave me a little bit of a security blanket.
Yeah.
Before you kind of signed the 2-year deal, you'd already started expanding. Like what kind of prompted you to be like, all right, we need to grow beyond the capacity that we're at now?
In terms of like manpower you're speaking of?
Yeah.
Chris and I were tired of having no sleep all the time. And I would say that I probably get the most consistent sleep out of the bunch. But my work is different now these days. I don't even edit anymore, folks.
Yeah.
But that's probably better off because I was a slow editor anyway. Not as many mistakes though as some other folks out there. I'm not even calling anyone out. It's just part of the job. Got to get it out quick and things happen.
Yeah, turnaround time is insane.
Yeah.
Like 24-hour turnaround time is a grind, and we appreciate and understand what it was like when it was just you and Chris getting it out, which was crazy because that's for the most part that's what the same boat we're on. When we get out there, we'll occasionally have a third or a fourth with us if it's an event that we can warrant and manage bringing out extra hands for, but they're not touching the editing process for the most part.
So
actually workflow is still the same.
No, it's actually more. They're adding more workload to us because it's additional cameras, at least one, sometimes 2.
Yeah.
So
we do have a buddy Tony that did help us out with the flyovers that you're seeing now when we're doing the drone previews, and you see that little graphic that pops up that says 150 feet to basket, 300 feet to basket. That was actually our buddy Tony's idea that came up with that, and we implemented that for the first time at Champions Cup this year. And people really took to it, so it's something that we've tried to do more and more on the drone preview. So that was him kind of interjecting himself and his ideas, and he just kind of came up with it.
It was great. He introduced the idea. We really liked it, but the only problem is now
we have to execute.
I have to do it. I can't have him do it. Like it's just so if we do it now, that's additional workload put on the plate to get that done and looking correct.
That's the struggles of expanding like your product, like improving your product.
Yeah.
Because it does like same thing with like manufacturing goods. Like if you want to improve the product, it's going to take more to make, and it's a whole algorithm.
Exactly.
So we got some.
There's a lot of movement here I'm seeing in the chat. It looks like no local coverage. It's kind of hard to see your local events and stuff, but the stuff that does exist is kind of like underground. Which I like. I like that DIY stuff. That's what we started out as. Check out Canmore Nordic Center.
I don't know. Is that a place or is that
Canmore,
a channel?
Alberta.
Yeah,
Okay.
is that like a course? Or?
Greetings from Canmore, Alberta, Canada, home of Bret the Hitman Hart. I'm an old school wrestling nerd, so anytime I hear Alberta, I think of Bret Hart. Loving the interaction here from Team Canada here. Thomas Gilbert, who's one of the nicest guys ever.
Yep.
he kind of jumped in on a mic'd up practice round that we did with Eric Oakley and Chris Clemens.
Yeah, he likes to find the camera. He really like
Pops
it.
up out of
It's
nowhere.
like the meme is like self-fulfilling sometimes almost. It's like, and he's not even trying. Like, honest to God, he's not even trying.
But
He just happens to have like the camera sense, which hey, really good for branding.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So of the crew, I mean, we've played with you a couple times, and Chris and Isaac. Who's the best golfer?
Well, I guess
Nick.
that's what I was about to say.
Well,
It doesn't.
yeah,
That's not a fair question.
He's an open player, so I don't know.
What does that mean? He does crew work for us.
Yeah.
He works on the crew for the elite events, and then he plays Silver Series at 8 tiers.
Wow.
So he's got a pretty full schedule. He's actually been Iron Hill, like Birdie Open was his 3rd event he played in a row.
Well,
so it's time for him to get back to work.
He's had all the fun.
No,
but I mean, he's definitely a ringer for the crew, though. I mean, if we were to,
sure,
yeah,
who cares?
It's like, all right. It's like if when Dynamic had
It's so
Bobby and
1000.
McCall. Okay.
Just barely.
Like we've brought this up before, and somebody else has brought it up before, like in a head-to-head, like if you had like a group battle of the media teams, and people were like, oh yeah, but technically back then the media team for Dynamic Disc was Robert McCall, or Bobby Brown, Robert McCall, and Eric McCabe. So it's like, well, it's kind of hard to beat a world champion and a pro who's on a media team. You have Jomez that has Jerry, who's very good, and Jonathan is good as well.
Well, and Joey Tamale.
And Joey
is one of
Tamale
the
now, yeah.
producers, and he is a very good golfer.
Yeah.
So I mean that out of the people that aren't Nick, I'd say Isaac is, Lonnie, who does our music,
Yeah.
and photos.
Wait. Our music.
Wait, we can claim Lonnie too. He does our music too. So
Yeah, he did our intro music,
He doesn't
our
film
theme
for you,
music.
though.
No, he
He
doesn't.
He did our B-roll and our photography for Iron Hill this weekend. So
There you go.
he's a little hands-on on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And he'll be coming out. He's on summer vacation because he's still in college.
Yeah.
So he's interning with us. But I'd say he has an unfair advantage because he was introduced to disc golf not that long ago.
Mhm.
And shortly after he started playing disc golf, he was basically getting lessons from Simon.
Oh man,
So that kind of helps a little bit.
how do you swing that? Jeez.
He did the music for Simon's vlog.
Ah.
So little history lesson there, but that's how Lonnie got introduced to like disc golf projects and things like that. And that's honestly just by reaching out.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're interested in working on projects or things like that, like most of us are all pretty accessible. And,
Mhm.
you know, I'd say also most of the teams need help in some capacity. So hit anybody up.
We had discussed that, I think, on Terry Miller's podcast, just the fact that people kept saying yes when we were first getting out there. We're like, hey, we would like to talk to you about possibly doing something at this event. Okay. Or, hey, we're a new crew and we reach out to a pro. We're like, hey, would you be interested in working with us on doing some type of
Like supplemental content. you mean?
exactly like, you know, we saw your tour series disc is coming out. Did you want to film something with us to get the word out there? Yeah.
Ellen Whitbourne was the funniest to me because she was like, yeah. And then we were out there and she's like, so how long y'all guys been doing this? About 3 months.
Nice.
Yeah, she was the first like pro to say yes, and we're like, wow, she said
Okay.
yes. All right. Now we have to do something.
Yeah, and we have players that are on the road that, you know, inquire about like getting in the bags done and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I'm sure you guys do as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, getting like those other little projects together to help, you know, expand the brand on a lot of other players that aren't getting the recognition normally is something fun too. So we take on projects like that just based off of like the passion of it.
Mm-hmm. It's funny to see like after you work with somebody and they get that little bit of exposure, then things just kind of seem to take off also to help them out. Like we both work with Luke Sanson, and all of a sudden he's had more of a spotlight this year. Moving forward from that, other players.
I know. I remember setting up one of those gigs.
That was at Downey's Players Cup last year.
Yep.
That was a fun one.
Mhm.
We will all be there again this year.
That's right. Damn.
It's a very good event. Stay tuned
Yes.
for that. I don't think registration's even open, but attendance is usually pretty good.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of events. We were just
It's
talking
the
about.
week after Pro Tour Championship.
Mhm. Yeah, we'll be partnering with you guys quite a bit this year. We're excited to kind of keep growing that partnership, and
we're
it's definitely
excited to have
fruitful.
you. We appreciate you being at this event,
Yeah,
especially again, the Birdie Open, formerly known as Delaware Challenge, is a special event to us. So we were glad to have it.
Yeah,
have you guys here for it.
And this was a fun course to always be a part of. We got to film a
Beats
tree
the
strike
heck
last
out of
year. Yeah, it does. But from what we just came from the last 2 weeks,
Yeah,
this
we
was
were
a
we were
break.
happy to see this course after the mountains that we were
was
climbing.
manicured really well too.
It was.
For the most part.
It looks great.
Yeah.
They did a great job getting it ready to go.
One this year is one of the years that the club lets certain ferns and things grow in. So you'll notice that a lot of it looked a lot more lush than it did last year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's because they're letting the low fern and ivy grow and then keeping the underbrush thin, but having the ground cover. So it really makes it look like I was walking around saying that I feel like what is it? Endor is the planet.
Yeah.
It's like looks super lush.
Yeah.
You bringing that up, you're a Star Wars fan, can we say?
Yeah.
Best Star Wars ever got.
Mandalorian. I'll say it every time. I was having a conversation with my wife this morning. We're watching Obi-Wan currently, and I'm hoping that we can finish or get caught up before I hit the road again. But I think that Mandalorian is my favorite property of Star Wars. And I'm happy that, and I might get flamed from somebody for this, but I'm happy Disney is in charge of the future of Star Wars, because so far I think that they've done a good job.
It's questionable, but okay, we'll take it.
What movies were better without Disney? Well, better than the shows. I guess really I should preface and say that the shows are what I'm speaking of very specifically.
Okay.
The new sideline.
Well, yeah, I think that they've taken this seriously and they've invested in developing it more and not having it just be a legacy type thing.
Like they're expanding on different characters.
Yeah.
I really appreciate seeing that.
Don't tell me about the Mandalorian. I've only seen season 1. I don't binge a lot of stuff, so when I do, I binge, but then I fall off and.
So you need to see Boba Fett still. You need to see Boba Fett still. So,
yeah.
And then you need to see Obi-Wan up until now. There's 5 episodes out currently.
So
yeah.
you got
some a little behind.
You got some watching to do.
We still have Disney.
Obi-Wan is up there, but Mandalorian is my favorite. But Obi-Wan is very good.
Chris chiming in saying that there's only 3 Star Wars movies. I mean, I've heard that argument.
So
he's not counting the newer stuff.
That's funny.
Like just episode 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So Chris is talking about giving coverage a shot.
Yeah.
If you want to head over to Facebook and ask and answer the questions to join the Gatekeeper Mobile group, it's a page that I created years ago to help people create better content. And funny enough, that is where we first got in contact with Conrad and Felix.
Yep.
They joined the group. They inquired about how to make their content better. And here they are today. So we are happy to help others because we believe that the internet should be filled with good content because I want to watch good content. So if I can help more people make better content, that means that the internet sucks less. I'll stand by that.
And a world with less suck is a better world.
We'll see you over there, Chris.
Yeah, definitely check that out. I remember you chopping up the Hall of Fame Classic.
I think I screen captured your coverage and then
re-edited it.
To make it more snappy and said, "This is how you should be cutting."
Yeah, and I was like, "Holy crap!" That was a big aha moment. I can't tell you how nervous I was.
It was a little forward of me, I guess, in doing it.
Hey, We got the
But
point
I'm
across.
You wanted
I'm a
us
very-
to. You wanted us to suck less.
Exactly.
and I'm a very forward and blunt person. So I'm a believer that sugarcoating things wastes the time for both people.
Yeah. But I just, I remember like shaking, like being on the tee as Simon's teeing off, and that was our first big event. Like we had done some C tiers at that point,
Mm-hmm.
and that was about it. And somehow we talked the PDGA into letting us cover Chase Card for the
that's
national
how-
tour
that's how we
finale.
did it, because it was close to you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So it was local. It made sense. They didn't have to pay you as much.
exactly.
Same thing for when we went to Delaware for the first time. It was like, hey, what do you say? They gave it a shot.
Yeah, which has happened to me in the area. We had these cameras.
Mhm.
I mean,
We'll be around for a bit, so you know.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure Iron Hill, like the Delaware event, was where we first started using the Gatekeeper Rewind function.
really.
Back in 2018. Yeah, I was like thinking about it, and I can't remember exactly. I'll have to go to look who officially was the first one, but it was either James Conrad or Zach Melton.
Mm.
One of them were the first
I hope it's not Zach.
rewind recipients.
Anyone but Zach. We
And
love
then
you, Zach.
how many rewinds have we had since? I don't know.
At least 3, right?
I
Well,
mean, we try to do 2 to 4 per round.
okay.
And so I guess having to do the rounds ahead, we'll do 20 events a year.
Look, you have the personnel and the staff to go back and count them physically. Just have them watch the coverage at normal speed and count.
Just do it. We're not staffed up like that.
Have an abacus.
Are you looking for some extra work?
So tell us about how the name Gatekeeper. I mean, you told the story before, but for those of you that haven't heard,
It's a
What's the
Ghostbusters
connection?
reference.
okay,
That's it.
That's
The
it, okay.
Gatekeeper.
Yeah, it was just a fun name that we had come up with, and we were into 80s and 90s culture stuff, and you can't get really more pop culture than that. And honestly, that was one of my favorite movies growing up. So it made sense. So it stuck. We weren't a disc golf company beforehand, so it didn't really need to be named.
Right,
like that.
something like Ace One Pro. Ugh.
Mm.
Yeah,
So cliche.
other than because Central, they don't have a disc golf name.
Yeah,
And,
Right.
And Jomez does not either.
yeah,
So,
that's true.
but the disc golf guy,
Yeah,
Yeah.
disc
Parsec
golf related,
Productions.
Parsec,
Yeah.
They pigeonhole themselves.
local route.
We've done the same thing. We pigeonhole ourselves. Now
That's
we
it.
can't go into
we could do poker.
Poker. Yeah, we can do poker.
Yeah.
Or marathons. We can film marathons.
You could probably do boat things too.
Boom.
You never done a poker run on a boat?
No,
No.
that sounds fun though.
Pretty fun.
Hmm.
Just a day, just cruising up and down the river and collecting cards. You never done a poker run?
Atlanta, there's no river.
You don't have a river?
I mean, we have the Chattahoochee, but nobody's selling boats
You
and
go,
letting up
you
and
go
down.
tubing on the Chattahoochee. You don't go boating on it. And
You go
survive.
boating on Lake Lanier, but
So it's waist deep.
Well, there's some
up in the
depths, right?
mountains where it you can go tubing, but when you get down to
It's too big.
Lake Lanier,
Yeah.
too big, too massively moving to.
I don't know if you can get a boat on the Chattahoochee though. I don't know. If you've ever done it, let us know. I wouldn't.
A kayak.
You can
I've seen
kayak.
it. Yeah.
So what's next for Gatekeeper to close out the year? What's the next big event?
We are going to Preserve next week.
Yep.
So we leave on Tuesday morning to go to the Preserve. It's a crisp old 18.5-hour drive from here. But we'll do that in one crack pretty much. I think, honestly, what we'll probably do is drive as far as we can, pull over at a rest stop, sleep in the van, which there will be 3 of us in the van. So it's still not,
The glamorous life that
it's
everybody
not
thinks it is.
it is not a glamorous life. We live out of that van. We have 2 vans now, but and Nick, our player, he lives in one of the vans. It's got a build in it, which we have a video of the van build. We did a 1-day van build, and he has been living in that with no new additions to it. So
Wow.
We were successfully able to make a very good van build in one day.
Yeah.
Literally an 8-hour day. So that is going to be a really fun video. Make sure to watch that. Also, Patchworks is the person who built it.
Oh.
So Patrick Orr is his name. And it's patch, like for your clothing, and works is WORX.
Okay.
And he says because it is cooler that way. So I would say, yeah, check him out. He's got some content coming out. His Instagram is very active, showing off his adventures. And funny enough, like we got in contact with Pat. I think he prefers Patrick, so I apologize. But at Music City Open, his van was parked there, and it said, "Hey, come ask me about my adventures." And I walked over and asked about his van builds, and we found out that he is from New Jersey.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. Okay.
And it only took me 40 minutes to drive to his house for a month. So it worked out.
Sweet. You guys do quite a bit of partnering and kind of channel splitting with different organizations. So
I'd say we might be like one of the innovators of that.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not new, but like we dove really into it, and now we see like a lot of people are doing it.
Yeah.
We've done it with players. We've done it with companies, so manufacturers like Innova, MVP, Dynamic.
Yeah.
Yep. And then also other media companies. And we also do a lot of sharing where like we had our coverage of the NTs last year, all done in Finnish commentary here in Finland. And then we had Finnish coverage that was only made available in Finnish. And we did the English commentary and released that on our channel. So we do a lot of collaborations, a lot of interdisciplinary work. Chris and I are graduates of University of the Arts here in Philly. So they kind of promoted a lot of that, like, work as a group and remix and, work with others. So that was just kind of like what was ingrained in us. So it was an easy thing, but, no one else was doing it. And we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
So you heard it here first, folks.
Heard it here.
Any more plans to do anything else with like Trash Panda or any of the other collaborators that you work with?
Yeah, I always want to keep those relationships open. I think, it's based off of like timing, obviously, because we're not going to be in Colorado again until next year.
Yeah.
We were there for 303 Open this year. And then we won't be able to go. I mean, maybe, but I would say we plan those things based off of the schedule. Yeah.
So you guys recently have surpassed the 100,000 subscribers mark. Congratulations. Big milestone.
Yeah. The plaque is at Chris's house currently, where we want to kind of do a small video series where him and I do a playoff every month or so that we can figure out
where
to keep the plaque.
Yeah. So instead of a bag tag, you're taking home the big play button.
Yeah. The Gatekeeper tag is just our play button. And there's only one spot.
Yeah.
Until we make another channel that has 100,000, and then we can number them.
Yeah, let's talk about your other channel. You've got an unplugged channel.
We do, and that hit over 1,000. I think we're pushing like almost 1,100 subscribers now. And we have a whole new channel, so please go and subscribe to that. The more views we can get, the more viable that is as an option for us to dedicate to put in the work for that. But essentially, it's just all of our coverage available with no commentary. So it's kind of like an ASMR sounds of the game type thing. People seem to really like it, and I really enjoy it as background video and things like that. I've heard people throw it on while they're going to sleep, which I think is cool. So we'll let those playlists ride so that YouTube keeps ringing.
Chris brought up a question, and now he's asking, other than a good glass and a decent editing program / renderer, what's the most important piece of equipment? I'll tell you one thing that Terry Miller and Bobby Brown, who was formerly of DD and is now with Whale Sacks, told me is that audio is one of the most important things you can take care of. That people will forgive bad video before they forgive bad audio.
Correct.
Lapel mics, some form of stationary mic, which we have here. Get decent audio equipment for sure.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost that much. You may think, well, I'm gonna go out and get a $2,000 camera, but if you get, use the mic that's on that $2,000 camera, you've obviously dropped the ball. To get a quality mic. I mean, you may be looking at $100 for one on the camera. To get one for commentary, you're looking at $60. Is well worth the investment.
Yeah.
And I would say I would even go a step further and maybe buy a notch or two above those price ranges, just because, like, if you take care of your gear, it lasts.
Yes.
So, and that's an expense that, like, audio equipment doesn't necessarily get outdated at the pace that video equipment does.
Yeah.
So you are better off investing more money into your audio, because over time it is cheaper for you. Because we have to cycle out cameras every year and a half or so because of the wear and tear that they get. So cameras are a pretty big expense, but that's just because, like, they really get the crap beat out of them. Honestly, the biggest piece of equipment would be your freaking brain. like working smarter, not harder. A lot of coverage is based off of intuition and kind of a feel for what you're doing. So, like, at the end of the day, like, it really truly is like you either have it or you don't in terms of being a great videographer, but anyone has the skills to be able to be a good video producer. So just keep that in mind. Like, don't let it get discouraging, because, I've been a hands-on, like, camera person and, like, a professional director of photography, and I've been in the movie industry for 15 years now, and only 5 of them were disc golf. So, it takes time to hone the craft, but, you also have to have an eye for style and what your composition is and things like that. So, equipment is really important, but, like, you could use all the best equipment in the world if you don't have the fundamentals of what style and all that has, you're in for a lot more hard work, because you're salvaging a lot more than just producing natural content.
And just take a look, Chris, like, a lot of the times you overthink things when you're trying to create content. Look at what you like, what draws you in terms of coverage.
That's a good point.
And be like, oh, well, that interests me. Start with the simple things that make sense to you and go from there, rather than thinking of a big time project like, oh, I got to film something of the world championship caliber. That's not, you're not going to go out there and get that done. But start with smaller projects of things that interest you and build from there. And you'll find your voice and your creativity that way more often than trying to replicate what you're seeing from professional crews that have been doing it for years.
I would also say, like, go film, like, League
Mm-hmm.
or something like that, just because it's low risk. Like, you're not affecting someone's livelihood, because a lot of these players, like, they're relying on these other side events and things like that. So if you're filming leagues or your monthlies at your local club or something like that, like those are guys that are, for all intents and purposes, they're hobbyists, or they're macro competitors, where they're only competing at league or something like that. So, like, you have a little bit more wiggle room. I think it's a lot more casual, so you have room for mistakes and things like that. And if you don't get the shot, people aren't relying on you getting the shot either. So I'd say, like, pick the low hanging fruit and learn from that first. Then, because you can do it with, like, very low investment.
Yeah. I also would say, like, piggybacking on what Felix said, watch stuff that you like, but don't watch it for entertainment. Watch it to learn. So, like, if you're watching something for entertainment, you're looking at the disc file and you're doing this, that, and other. But if you're watching it to learn, you're paying attention to the details of what the camera operator is doing, or how they're capturing that shot, or where they're standing in relationship to the player. Those little details, you can pick that up from watching coverage. So just watch it to learn, not necessarily just solely for entertainment.
Absolutely. But really good question, Chris. And definitely go out and try it. Like Derek said, join the group. Submit your stuff on there. I know you guys were still taking video submissions last I saw on there. Or somebody can send like a clip to the group.
Sorry, what did you say?
I
got distracted by reading the comments.
the Facebook group that you have for Gatekeeper Media, where you can submit like little clips or whatever.
Yeah,
to the group.
Share anything that you want, anything that you've created, put it in there. Ask for feedback. At the very least, either myself or Chris or Mike try to comment on them, but a lot of times we get other group members commenting on things that they like. There's a guy that's recently been collaborating in there named Trent, and he's like fresh into the scene, but he comes from like a baseball background. So he's like a baseball coach, and he makes videos kind of in that vein of like training and prep, and he does disc reviews and things like that. So like he's putting his own spin on things, and I think it's really cool.
Awesome. Chris says that he owns the cameras, he owns the attachments, tripods, monopods, transfer devices, and he shoots a lot of lacrosse and hockey already.
Okay.
So he has a good base to start with. It says records music
home studio as well,
in the home studio. Yep. So he has a different decent mic cabinet.
So you have the makings for some commentary audio as well. So yeah, I'd say it sounds like you literally have the full setup there.
You're just waiting for the reason. Go get out there and get it.
Yeah, this is your reason right here.
Yeah,
this is your call. Go do it.
You gotta start out somewhere. I remember when we first upgraded from cell phones, because our first tournament that we were filmed was on cell phones.
Yeah,
we filmed Dave Felberg, who's a world champion on cell phones. But when we first got cameras, we went out and filmed local doubles, like Derek was talking about.
Yeah.
Just to get an idea of what we can do, how far we can zoom in. And that's coverage that will never see the light of day because it is awful on our part, because it was our first time using legitimate cameras.
That should be Patreon stuff. Your true fans should be able to see that.
That's a good idea.
You're holding out on your people.
Hey, Patreon
Is it not published somewhere? I thought we did publish that. Maybe we didn't. No, we didn't.
We did.
No, we didn't.
Boy,
it was a tester. That's why I don't even. Did we follow all of it?
Conrad went from one side all the way to the other in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we posted that. I'm not sure. No, we definitely.
The thing is, I've seen it. Right, I've seen it recently, but it's not.
You filmed it.
It's not. It's on the channel, but I don't think it's
seen.
I don't think it's public. So I think that's what it is.
Well,
maybe.
See if we can dig that up and put it out for the Patreon supporters.
Well, Chris, we are glad that you logged in as well. Thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And tell your friends if you have, if you can get a group together and you want to learn more about it. We might be able to go live in the group and kind of have things a little more hyper focused about production or something like that. I'd like to be a little bit more active in the group. So let's drum up some need and demand for it.
Oh, there you go. Always good to have a call to action. And you said you've got everything ready to go, so it's really just a matter of going out there and trying it. Like there's no other way to get experience than by doing it. There's no shortcut around it. That's always been the same thing. So, Derek,
Felix,
I know it's a little early to talk about it because we're only halfway through this year. But what does 2023 look like for Gatekeeper?
Similar to this year.
Okay.
Because we have a 2-year deal.
No bigger plans ahead or anything?
I mean, I'm probably going to be at less events in person.
Okay.
Just so that I can focus more on biz dev and building that stuff. Mm-hmm. Right now we're still in grind mode, but hoping that we staff up to where I don't have to be at every one of the events. I'd like to cut my schedule in half so that I could work a lot more office stuff here from home.
Okay.
Chris and I also want to focus on becoming more of the personalities of our channel. So we're going to be producing a lot more like YouTuber based content that's just of him and I and things like that, which we have a lot of stuff, but right now that's all going to be just Patreon exclusive stuff because we're still trying to find what our voice is in that type of content. So, for those who really care, they can go there. But our fans are kind of giving us the feedback on that stuff. So.
What is your Patreon?
Gatekeeper Media.
Okay, so just patreon.com/Gatekeeper Media.
I think so.
Trying to give you a chance to plug it here, man.
I think so.
All right.
Let me double check that. It's been a while since I've logged into it.
We also have a Patreon if you're interested. It's patreon.com/AceRunPro. Yeah.
And included with that, you also get not these quarterly shows, but also these monthly Patreon shows that we do. And that's what this is. It's called a Patreon show because we do it for our Patreons.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely /Gatekeeper Media.
Bam.
Okay.
There you go. Patreon.com/Gatekeeper Media. Yeah, our Patreon fans know we've got quarterly and monthly giveaways. This is a double show because it's our monthly show and our quarterly show. So there'll be two different giveaways, one for our monthly $5 and above, and one for our quarterly supporters at $10 and above. So there's going to be some double dipping. We have had the occasion where somebody, the same person, has won both the monthly and the quarterly giveaway on the show. So
it's funny enough. We just recently had our winner. Most recently was a friend, like an old friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
That he's been like a subscriber to the Patreon for like a year now, and his name got called at random. So like we hand delivered that one to him.
Nice. You don't have to worry about sending it out.
So it is like all randomized. Like
yeah,
I'm not like it was just by chance.
Yeah,
that's how ours is. We run ours.
Random.org.
Yep.
We'll show you how.
We show you how we do it.
How it does, but sometimes the same person wins twice. I believe it's only happened once. I think it was Sean Medina. He was the only one that's won it. And Sean has won multiple stuff from us.
Yes,
he's done a couple.
Hey, I
monthly
was drinking out
giveaways.
of that.
Got milk.
I don't normally do this, but I'm very thirsty.
Got a long day of filming. We get it. Oh, he's drinking. Everybody's got a beverage but me. Unbelievable.
You came unprepared.
I did, apparently.
I got here after you.
If there's any other questions for Derek in the chat, let us know, guys. Otherwise, we'll give him a couple minutes to plug away, talk about where you guys can follow Gatekeeper, what they've got coming up, how you can support them. And we'll give you the floor, Derek.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. Gatekeeper_media is for our Instagram. But basically, you search Gatekeeper Media on anything, you will find us. Easiest way is just right into Google. And then you'll find all of our platforms there. Stay tuned for a lot of really fun and exciting content. I'm working really hard on developing a lot of crossover stuff. So stay tuned for that. Again, not enough to share at the moment, but it should be fun. And that's kind of it. I just want to say thank you to all of you guys, all of the fans, who your continued support it's what made us get to where we are. And I also thank you for putting up with my disheveled look of being in the woods all day.
He's always grinding. He's always working hard. He's always looking ahead, which we love. We love to see that type of mindset, and that's what it takes to kind of succeed in this game.
I told you, using your brain is the biggest equipment you could use.
There you go.
But we know some people don't have functional. Anyway, do you have?
I don't know where that was going.
You can follow my personal Instagram.
Oh, look at there.
D_rock856.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of do a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. I share pictures of my cats. They're all very adorable.
Do your cats not have their own Insta?
No, I'm not like that. They can use mine. It's fine.
Yeah.
We normally do this with guests, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it with you. We didn't approve it ahead of time, but do you have disc?
Do I have disc?
Mm-hmm. Like for sale, that we can use as part of our giveaway.
We have some Gatekeeper stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really wish that you told me this beforehand, because I literally gave it to Mike to go home with, and I don't have any here now. I seriously don't. If you had literally told me that this morning, I'd have saved one. I don't have a single custom one in the house anymore.
Perfect.
They were changing of the guard today.
Perfect time.
No
Sorry,
worries.
folks. I might have something. It might not be a disc, but I might have something here.
Okay.
That's
We
fine.
can
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
We can do that as the monthly giveaway. Because we do normally try to tie something in, and we totally dropped that on you last second. So
Totally did live.
just so the world knows that we are live.
You see what kind of ship they're running here.
And we see how well prepared we are for these shows.
Yeah.
And Chris, this is why you can log into a Patreon show, because of this level of preparedness. The quarterly shows we do put out on YouTube, just as to like a peek into what the monthly shows look like.
Yeah.
But we try to bring in a special guest every time we do a quarterly show, and we figure we don't want to deprive every one of those special guests, so we put them out for the world to see and to kind of just give you an incentive as to possibly joining Patreon, and then you see what you get as part of it. But yeah, we'll do a quarterly giveaway, and we'll do the monthly giveaway. The monthly giveaway will be something from Derek and Gatekeeper for you guys.
Maybe I can give you something out of my personal stash.
No, it doesn't have to be all that. I mean, it doesn't have to. And
I didn't say it's not anything special. Of course it'll be special.
And look, our Patreons and the people that are watching, they'll be grateful, even if they don't know exactly what they're getting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a surprise. Hey, you're getting a surprise from Gatekeeper, and then just something comes in the mail. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know what? Something I can talk about is that we are producing more trading cards. So if you didn't get in on the first batch that we did, we are going to be doing a few more releases of those. And make them a little bit more available because they sold out in 2 days. So we want to make sure anyone who wants them can get them. So stay tuned.
Sweet. All right. Well, with that, do you want to move on to the giveaway portion of the show?
Sure. We can let Derek actually.
I can go start looking or something.
Oh, I was going to say unwind from the long day of work, but I mean, yeah, whatever. Do what you do, baby. I ain't gonna stop you.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Thank you, Derek. Derek Skull, Gatekeeper Media. Now he's gonna awkwardly walk behind us and pretend that he's still not in the studio. There he goes. I love it. So yeah, we have our monthly and our quarterly giveaways. Let's start with the quarterly giveaway for this one, because we do have a couple of discs for the quarterly giveaway, and we'll usually toss in a mini or a koozie or something else to go along with it. As you know, for our $10 and above Patreon supporters, we have a quarterly giveaway, which is the value of at least 2 discs, and it's always more than that. This quarter, we are giving away a Discraft Zone. Discraft was a big supporter of the Tennessee State Disc Golf Championships. They were the presenting sponsor for the event and the title sponsor for the coverage that will be coming out this week. So a huge thank you to Discraft. And on the total opposite end of the spectrum in terms of stability, we've got the thingamajiggy that I can't remember the name of right now.
It's is it Paradox?
Paradox.
It's right there, man. It's written on the disc.
Right there, the Paradox. Super flippy mid-range / approach disc from Axiom. This has the cool NADGT stamp. Of course, we've done a ton of work with NADGT. There's Conrad's face in case you need to see him twice. NADGT has always been an awesome partner of A-Storm Productions as well. We love working with them. And we've got this Paradox from one of their events. The Eagle Eye Open, I believe, is where we got this one from. So the quarterly giveaway will be these 2 discs, and we'll toss in, I'm sure, like I said, once we get back, we're actually heading back home. We've got a 13-hour drive tomorrow back to our home base, and then we will see where we are going from there. But once we get home, we'll go ahead and add a little something to this, get it out in the mail, and send it out to the Patreon winner for this quarter. And Conrad is firing up the Patreon now and the random.org so we can select a winner for that. If you guys have thrown a zone, you know how amazing it is. How's it going, Grant?
I found something.
He found something.
Ooh, what's that?
It's a
Omega Super Soft.
Ooh.
Brand new. I handpicked it.
dang.
2 years ago, the first time I went. I've been on Team Millennium for a long time. But I went to their warehouse last year after DDO, and I handpicked this out of the warehouse myself. I can even put a black on black Gatekeeper stamp on the back, just so that
Make it
it's
more exclusive. All
a little
right.
bit more exclusive. Then it'll be a 1 of 1, but this is in my stack of practice putters that I haven't used yet. So
There you go.
yeah,
Thank you.
well, I got to stamp it.
Oh, well, I want to bring it into the light
Oh.
so the people
You
can
can see how pretty it is. That's awesome. So that'll be going to one lucky winner for our monthly Don't Do
Feels
It.
nice, don't it?
It does, but it also is a mold that it's too deep. But the plastic feels good. I really like that plastic.
They have other putters in that plastic.
There you go. Thank you, Derek. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So there you go. Become a Patreon supporter, and your odds are incredible. I think the $5 and above club is still like in the teens. So you've got like a 1 in like 15 chance or something like that of winning every month for $5 a month. I mean, I've been supporting Smashbox for $5 a month for years, and we still haven't won anything. Not to knock on Terry.
We did
The
get the
JVD.
remember the thing, the disc. We didn't get it, but it's there in the background. The disc.
Oh yeah, well we do get the Patreon supporter disc as well every year.
Yeah.
From them, but I haven't won a giveaway yet. Beaded, is it beaded? Is that beaded, Derek?
Mm-mm.
No, it is not beaded. Grant. So it's a non-beaded putter. The zone is not beaded as well. Didn't know if you were asking about that. I'm pretty sure you
I
were.
guess technically it's like a micro bead.
Micro bead like a judge.
It's tiny. Like I would barely call it a bead.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did notice it.
Very tiny beaded.
But you can
If
see
at
it.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, we can show.
You can show the world.
There is a little. See the definition
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah,
the
you can
side
see it
there.
right there.
Adorable.
Teeny though.
So tiny. You won't even notice
You won't notice.
until it's hitting the chains and you're like, why did that come out so clean?
Because of the micro bead.
Micro bead every time. Yeah, neither the zone nor the paradox have a bead. They're more approach style putters, although there are plenty of approach putters that do have beads.
Well, you got a putter only giveaway today?
Apparently, although the
Yeah.
paradox is technically a
Mid-range.
mid-range, but it's a slow one at that and very flippy. Very, very flippy.
I'm working on my normal computer, so this is taking a little bit longer than normal.
Getting stuff fired up here. Yeah, we're on the road, so we don't have the normal accoutrement for this type of stuff.
Our internet's pretty trash too.
Internet's not the problem. We'll be all right.
What am I doing?
So we're doing the quarterly giveaway first. That is $10 and above. And that's going to be for the paradox, the zone, and some more goodies that we'll toss in.
You get 2 discs?
Yeah, for the quarterly, it's always at least 2 discs. And we usually throw in a couple of extra goodies as well. And then the monthly is always at least 1 disc. We're running out of stickers. We're going to have to get more stickers.
Us too, actually.
Yeah. What's the next event? For us, Grant, we are tentative on one event that we should be going to in the next
2 weeks.
week and a half or so, but we haven't confirmed it yet, so I don't want to 100% say what it is. For Gatekeeper, it is the Preserve. That's next up for them. I'm trying to think of what's the next.
We have
100%.
Preserve, Charlie Ventnor Open, and then Idlewild is our schedule.
Yeah, we've got a couple of events. Oh,
Look at that.
Little bottom
Nice.
stamp here for you.
sexy.
Murdered out.
Mega Bowl. No, we've got a couple things in July that we should have finalized, but we haven't booked them yet. So I don't want to say, oh, we're definitely going to be at those. So other than that, probably Worlds, like Pro Worlds, would be the next one that if we're not at something's gone terribly wrong if we're not there. But we've got a couple of other big majors that should be coming up soon as well. And we've got a couple of
Cool.
other events with Gatekeeper that we'll be teaming up with later on in the year as well. Is it difficult to obtain credentials at an event? What do you mean by credentials? You're talking about for filming, Chris?
It depends. If it's a small venue, then probably not. But if it's something major, then yeah, you're gonna have to go through.
Yeah, the Pro Tour has their own guidelines and everything that you have to request permission for if you're going to be doing any type of filming at those events. But if you're going to like a C tier or B tier or anything like that close to you, I would just reach out to the TD and just explain to them, hey, I'm going to be in that area, or I'm looking at this event. You know, would it be okay if I show up and try to capture some content? A lot of the times, the TDs of those events are trying to gain more exposure for those events. So they're more than happy to have somebody come out and try to get more exposure for that event for them. So I would definitely start, like Derek was saying and what we were saying earlier, start small. Smaller events like C tiers locally to your XC tiers or even flex starts are a good way to get out. You don't have to worry about jumping through hoops to get media credentials, and it lets you get your feet wet in it. Favorite course in Michigan? We haven't been to Michigan yet.
Derek, you have a favorite course in Michigan?
Have you been to Michigan?
Toboggan.
Oh,
So is that by default or?
That's the only one. I think I've only played one or two other courses.
so Toboggan. Bam. That
There you
place
go.
looks like a nightmare to film at with all the up and down.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't been out there.
Derek, can you give me a number between 1 and 10 real quick?
7.
7. All right, 7. Should have known. 7.
7.
Oh, wait.
Sorry.
Mm.
Joshua,
All right.
thank you, buddy. We appreciate that.
So first number is 3. Second number is 2. Third number is 1. Fourth number is 3. Fifth number is 5. Sixth number is 5.
And number
And
7
7 is 3. So 3 is the winner. I do not remember how I sorted them.
Let's take a look. And this is for the quarterly giveaway. So this is the 2 discs plus.
We
Goodness.
have John 5 Ash.
Noah 5 Ash's daddy. Let's go.
Yeah. Way to be.
Thank you so much, Mr. 5 Ash, for the support. As always, we will be reaching out to you, shooting you an email to get these beautiful discs in the mail headed your way once we get back home. So within the next couple of days, we'll get these out in the mail for you. So that is for our quarterly giveaway. Grant also put number 7. 7. And then the other giveaway will be for our monthly, which is the Super Soft Omega, courtesy of Derek of Gatekeeper Media with the Sick Bottom Gatekeeper stamp.
Came out pretty clean, actually.
Did.
Should be dry.
Sexy. And that is for our $5 and above Patreon supporters every month.
What is? This next one coming
Yeah.
up? Okay.
The next one, yeah.
Just making
And
sure.
if you are a Patreon supporter, stay tuned. We'll be dropping early access to the Tennessee State coverage. Remember that for a second there. And it's still early enough tonight that we should be able to get the Paige and Grady shoe mic'd up round up there for you tonight as well, so you guys get early access before that drops Monday nights. So you'll get to do some extra watching before everybody else. One of the perks of being a Patreon supporter. And you get early access to the Tree Strike Challenge as well, which we did have a first-time guest. We won't reveal who it was, but the person did very well.
Or did they?
Or did they?
Or she.
Or she. Could very well be a she. But, yeah, that was a fun one for sure. Zach and Chris always are a ton of fun to be around on those. And anytime there's another guest talking even more trash, just adds that extra element to it. If it's questionable, just toss it.
No, it smells good.
Oh, okay.
Can I microwave this?
Of course. You can do what you want. It's your house.
Rob? That's the audience.
We're not afraid. Hey, audience, do you mind if Derek microwaves something? Is that going to bother you guys? He's got some plastic, some goodness inside of it.
It's Indian food.
Oh, is that?
Can you guys smell it if he microwaves it?
No, but they'll definitely hear it.
Yeah. So I want to ask.
We got 14.
All I need is one person.
Just
to
one
say
person
yes.
chime in with a yes or a no.
7 is a 7 not equivalent to a yes?
That was
Did someone
I
say
know.
7?
that's from before. It was a pick a number between 1 through 10. There
My heart says I'm hungry.
He's going for it. He has put it into the microwave, and there it goes. So we got 14 that are eligible for this one?
14, yes.
14. So there you go. If you're wondering
So-
what your odds are, 1 in 14 chance of winning a disc every single month.
You said 5 and above, right? 5 and above. All right.
So random.org. Let's not do 7 this time, because that was quite a bit. This is our third week in a row on the road. Let's do 3.
Yeah.
Boom. Hey. Generating.
So the first one is, why is it taking so long?
My internet's trash.
Because of the microwave. If you hadn't turned on the microwave.
Okay, we're going to have to.
There we go.
9.
9. My favorite number. Second number
Why is
is 10. Third number is going to be 11. Here we go. We've broken random.org. 3. Hey, the third number
It is
was 3.
All right.
Meant to be. So let's see who lucky number 3 is on the spreadsheet, and that is
Ryan Trotter.
Ryan wins again. Which one is that? Is that Yoda? Hey. If you didn't think he was a Star Wars fan, here's a cat named Yoda.
What's up, buddy?
He's the best one.
So obviously that's your favorite.
Yeah, dude.
Obviously. Look at him. You guys looking at him? Look at him.
How can you not think he's adorable?
Well, you obviously put me in the middle of a fight when you said
No.
Yoda was the cutest one, and then you and Kirby looked at each other like, yeah.
Well, no, because you each picked one, so it was a draw.
Oh, I didn't know you had him do it before me.
No, you both did it back to back.
We did?
Yeah, because immediately Felix was like, "No, you picked wrong because Yoda's cuter."
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you picked
Holly. Yeah.
Well, she's all right.
Ryan Trotter, congratulations. You are the winner of the Super Soft Omega, personally stamped by Derek of Gatekeeper Media with a Gatekeeper Media black on black stamp. We will email you as well. And you've won before, so you've got more stuff coming your way.
More stuff.
Everybody loves more stuff. And he's been supporting us for a while, so Thank you so much, Ryan. Super appreciative of the support. Thank you to everybody that takes the time out to be a Patreon supporter, and thank you to everybody that takes the time out to watch these quarterly podcasts, and anybody that's ever watched anything that we've put out. We are incredibly thankful. Every view means something to us. We put things out, and just to watch the people come in and views start to accumulate and commenting on it, and people enjoy it. It's the reason why we keep doing it. We have a passion for it. We obviously wouldn't be out on the road away from our families doing all this stuff month over month and year over year unless we were passionate about what we were doing. So thank you so much. You guys inspire us to keep going and put more and more into it to continue to grow and make it better for you guys. So that's why we do these shows. That's why we do pretty much everything that we do content-wise is for you guys, the fan and the disc golf community, which has done so much for us, and this is our way of being able to give back to that community. Yes, there it is.
Yes.
I concur. Do you concur?
Yes.
I was looking at something else, and I looked at that and I remembered.
What is that?
Share with the class.
We got them on Saturday.
Yeah.
Another way
Yeah.
that you can support.
Yeah.
s03e Productions. When we get back home, we will be doing an unboxing video of a large supply of discs.
I've already unboxed them.
We'll rebox it and then unbox a large supply of discs that we got from Discraft. Rebox and unbox. Yeah, we've got some sick Discraft plastic coming in with a brand new custom stamp artwork created by partially us.
Yeah, partially us.
But mostly Discraft.
The idea came from us. The
Yes.
creation was theirs. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're super excited to show you guys that. And that's going to be, we'll have some up on the website.
Mm-hmm.
But if you reach out to us directly, I know some of you have reached out before directly through Instagram or Facebook asking about different products. Same way, if you guys direct message us, we respond back and we can get you something pulled. We'll send you pictures of what you're looking for and we can get those out to you. But an assortment of different discs from Discraft, all of your favorites, the usual, the Buzzes, Thrashers, Heats, Forces, Zones. So I'm super excited to see what we got. And that came on Saturday. We haven't been home yet. We're driving home tomorrow. So within the next couple of days, be on the lookout for that. And then we'll obviously put stuff up on the website as well. So you can go directly to there to get your hands on some sweet plastic. And if you are anywhere local to us, then obviously you can message us and we can figure that out as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, super excited about that. So yeah, Discraft, that was another big reason why they were such a big supporter on the Tennessee State stuff. And again, be on the lookout for that. That's coming out starting tomorrow. We'll have basically Tennessee State's week, starting with the Paige and Grady Shoe mic'd up round. Then you've got 3 full rounds of MPO lead coverage from that event, followed by a tree strike challenge that was done at Panther Creek while we were at Tennessee State's. Big thank you again, guys, for checking this out. Anything else that we need to touch on before we say goodnight?
No, the disc was the last little cherry just on top, just the chef's kiss.
Perfect. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. Again, a big thank you to Derek Skull of Gatekeeper Media.
Woo!
We appreciate the support. Thank you, Chris. It's going to be a long drive home, but we'll have plenty of podcasts and stuff to listen to on the way home. Well, that has been it for season 3. Wow.
Every time it's like this, we've been doing this for
3 years.
Yeah.
Episode 6. We'll see you next month for episode 7. We appreciate it, guys. And as always, from us at s03e Productions,
let's run it.